to another Luthier's Lair. This episode kicks off a little series I'm going to do on base building and refurbishment. I recently changed storage options for the bases I have in stock and my own personal bases. And of course, when you're rummaging through, you find quite a few things. This series is going to feature two unusual bases that I built some time ago, and only one of them, I think, is going to be allowed to live. These two bases in question have had parts scavenged from them, stuff like that. One is the Gazzbass Dystopia, which you will see in a while, that I actually built in response to a bet. It's quite funny. It's a funny base, and the second one is actually the second ever Gazzbass Falcon Series 1 that I built, and both have been, like I said, scavenged for parts. So let's go and see the shape that they're in and what's up with them, and see if we can bring one of them back to life. Let's go and take a look. Alright. What the hell is this, you might say? You know, this is the Gazzbass Dystopia. It was built in response to a kind of joking bet about who could build the most sort of bizarre base. And this is what I came up with. This is quite hilarious. I remember laughing all the way through building this base. It is meant to represent a steampunk style butterfly. As you can see here, there's the abdomen and the thorax, and the wings, the tail, and to top it off, it has green LED inlays on the neck. Okay, we have a PJ style pickup configuration here. This is absolutely just set here. Excuse me. I have a gemstone here, some crazy patterns here. I have some, looks like Illuminati style mason stuff going on here. I have my initials there, some weird stuff, and I have some sort of tortoise ashtray stuck to the tail. I don't know why that is. I don't know what that's for. Maybe it's to hide a screw up. I don't know. It has a active circuitry in it. I think it's pickup blend, volume, bass and treble. And the surprising thing is that it still works. It works. Oh, and there's, look, that's slack there, a little bit. That's what you get for the wrong storage, my friends. And so is this. And of course all the wires are through these plumbing pipes that hold the thing together. So you can imagine this is quite a heavy base. It's around about 11 pounds. It's a backbreaker for sure. You know. Let's plug it in and see. It makes a noise. The strings are all starting to rust. So it really is dystopian, and it's particularly noisy as well. Yeah, pretty noisy. That's the J. So yeah, it still works. Big surprise. Let me show you the back. I'll show you something even more horrific. I found that when I assembled the body, it wasn't strong enough through this section, and I did want to keep the abdomen and thorax arrangement so it looked kind of insecty. So there's a beetle, steampunk beetle up here as well. Let's turn this around. Look at that. You can actually use this middle of this base as a whammy bar and actually physically bend it. 3 strips of lightweight aluminum here, or aluminium if you wish, to keep the body straight. And I did put decorative ABS plastic covers on the back of everything, 2 of which are functional. This one's functional because it holds the LED circuitry. So is this one because it holds the preamp circuitry. So yeah, and it's all aged and relict to make it look like it's dystopian. And that's it. The Gazzbass Dystopia. Let's see what the other bass is, and we'll be right back. So you may recognise this shape, but this is the second ever Gazzbass Falcon Series 1 that I built, and it was in the same crappy storage location as the Dystopia. As you can see, let's take a quick rundown. The body is made of oak, an oak body with a tung oil finish on it, so it gives it kind of a semi-gloss sheen. The control panel here with standard Falcon Series 1 active circuitry in it, which is pickup, blend, master volume, bass, middle and treble. The output supplied by 2 single coil lipstick pickups. As you can see here, I've got a kind of a Tunomatic bridge and tailpiece on this bass, and it has a 22 fret LED inlay neck, and this is what's causing me the problem. When I took it out of storage, boom, there go the LEDs. This one's not working. Sometimes it comes on, sometimes it doesn't. That's kind of unacceptable. So I have 3 options really. One, get a new neck for the bass, or make a new neck for the bass. I don't think I have any more in stock. 2, drill out the LEDs and replace them with regular dot markers. Or 3, I can, which I've done before, I can steam off the fingerboard and replace the entire LED array in there. Now, doing that is tantamount to making a new neck with regards to labour and cost. So I don't know if I'll be doing that. I may have an idea, which I will allude to later, but clearly that's not acceptable. So that's the conundrum. Yeah, which bass lives and which bass is sent out to pasture. So also I'll be replacing this control plate because it's starting to bubble up because of the lack of environmental control in the storage place I had it in. So that gets replaced. That's not a big deal at all. Now if I were to drill out the LEDs and replace them with simple dot markers, I wouldn't need these 2 controls anymore. So I'd take that out and just make a new plate with the correct holes in it. So yeah, big conundrum. What do you think? Okay, I'm off to do a bit of thinking. So, as we can see, just unbolted the neck. This is not a spring contact mechanism I made with this one. Straight wire through to the cavity for the LEDs. You can see they still work, and I've left plenty of wire there for working, which is awesome. That was a smart move. I'll just pull these nearly as tight as they can go, and I am going to cut them. Then I'll resolder them, or I might even, sort of cut them maybe here, and then that'll feed through, and I might put a connector in here, so I can just slide the connector in and out of this rather big cavity hole that I drilled, so that a connector will fit, single velcro connector will fit there. So I'm just going to cut these and then we'll get to work on the body, I think. Yes indeed. So folks, I've got to fix the tail piece here, which is really solid now. What I did was, there were little gaps in the plumbing pieces that I used for this, and so I used a sort of thicker CA glue. It's quite thick, I don't know if you could see that running in there, it's quite thick. And what I did was I wicked a lot of that stuff down in there, and then turned it upside down and wicked it up into here, and it's dried really, really solid. It's very solid. And I just went round the other parts as well, wicked in some of that. I'll be doing the control cavity next, because it's slackish. So I'll be wicking some of this thicker CA glue down into those cavities. It's a bit, hold on. Just clean some of that up there. Yeah, I'll be doing that. And once the body's robust, I'll be taking out the pickups to have a look inside, just to make sure everything's cleaned up in there. I'll clean the covers. Not too much, of course, because it's meant to look grungy and dystopian and cyberpunkish. So, yeah, that's what I'll be doing next. But so far, so good. Come on along. Okay, so all the parts have been stiffened and redone, and as you can see, it's ridges as hell now. There's still a little bit of play in that, but that's easily done. It's pretty well solid. Next now is I'm going to get some special knobs for this. But the next thing I want to do now is to take it off the bridge and lift out the pickups to see what's in there. So we can get if it's been properly shielded. I do see shielding in there, but I don't know if the shielding's been connected up properly or if it's become open over time. So that's what we'll do next. Yes indeed, indeed. Well, here's the pickups out, and the shielding looks good. There's a couple of bits that need replaced in there, and I'll do that. However, the grounding wires that connects all the cavities together was bit crap, so I removed them, and I'm going to be putting new ones in. I think that's probably the best way. Just get it all grounded again so it's not making noise. And I did realise that actually I don't have a grounding wire to the bridge. I can't believe I missed that. Strange, but I'll do that as well. It's got to go into this cavity, so it's going to be a little difficult to drill. But what I can do is I'll drill it from here and go down at an angle that I know to be like halfway down to here, so that it goes into the pipe, this bit of piping here and through. So we'll get a bridge grounding lead in there as well. So let's go and do that. Yeah, so zoom out a bit. Yeah, another thing that needs done on this base is the cavity cover needs to be shielded. I did bring a tab of copper tape out onto the surface of the back of the base where the cavity hole is, and now I need to line this with copper tape, so that when I press it down it will make contact with all that and complete the circuit for shielding. This is intricate stuff, this. You kind of get used to it. Place it there. And just plop that on here. And what have I done? I forgot my pencil eraser. Usually use a pencil eraser here and just smooth that out. Doesn't matter if there's wrinkles in it really, but you know, it's better if it looks better if it's smoother. Again, measure that up. Do that there. Again, peel it. Having no fingernails is not a bonus here, but I don't like fingernails, so Well, not long fingernails. I do have fingernails. I mean, I'm not a platypus. Anyway, so, and again, on here, I'm going to overlap slightly here. It's going to be a bit at the bottom. Just overlap. It's very thin. Won't make any difference when it goes on. There we go. And last piece is going to be about that there, and I'm not going to waste this whole piece. I'll just cut a strip that I can put on, put that back in the drawer where I keep my offcuts of copper tape. Come in very handy. Just take that off, and we'll put that on there, and that's us done. Slight overlap again. There's a little bit of waste there, but just showing you how it's done. Okay, make sure it's all pressed down nice. Then we'll just lift that off, trim the edges, and we'll be good to go to refit it. Now I want to put another couple of screw holes in there, so I'll do that when it's in situ, so I know exactly where to put them. Okay. I need to screwdriver here. It's not working. There we go. There you go. Ready to trim. Cool. So here's another thing I like to do if the bass doesn't have a battery compartment and you're just putting it right in the control box. Oops. Tape left there from my ground wiring. Yeah. Is I like to wrap the battery in tape and put the date it was installed on it. So just grab the battery, we'll wrap it in a bit of tape. This, you know, if the battery does leak as well, it's going to go some way to mitigating it, although it usually leaks from the heads of the battery. So just tear that off there. Wrap that, and I will write on it. Now today is the 23rd of December 2022. I'm just going to put 1222 on it. 2, 2, 2. So I'll look at that and say, oh yeah, okay. Just something I like to do. It's a tip I got off of Dave from Dave's World of Fun Stuff, if you know that guy. Great channel he has. Superb character, very funny guy as well. There's a lot of good humour around. So that you can just stick that in there. You know, the wire's sitting fine. This has been backed now. I would just put it. Oh, look at me! I forgot to put holes in the foil. Let's put holes in the foil so I know where to locate the screws. And there we go. And I'll just screw that down in place. Now I'm going to make a couple of more screw holes, probably here and here, just to keep it steady. So let's go and do that. Okay, let's see if the pickups make a noise now. I'm going to plug it in. Plug it in, plug it in. I don't like the shape of this jack plate, so I'm going to beat that into submission. Let's get something ferrous, I should say. Switch on, cat bass amp, and there's no noise anymore. I'm not even going to touch the pickup poles or anything of the controls. We do have noise, so that's good. See? Oh, wait a minute. Hardly anything. Yeah. And okay, we're good. All working. Yes. Now, what will we do next? Well, these are going to get replaced. Switch this off now. I'm going to beat that into shape. You don't need to see me doing that. It's violent. And yeah, the next thing will be to reattach the bridge and then reattach the neck and get a connector for these LED cables here for the neck. Let's go. Then we'll see if it works and then maybe do some cosmetic stuff to it. Yeah, let's go. Well, that's about it for part 1 of this series. Join me in part 2 for some more dystopian shenanigans. Yes, indeed. What will we do next? What will we find next? Find out next when part 2 comes out. You know. If you enjoy the work I do on this channel, please consider subscribing if you haven't already done so, and give the video a thumbs up. Helps me out. So, till next time, stay safe, be good, catch you later. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye bye.